Janelle Brown, star of Sister Wives, appears to be content living without a man. She says she is far better off without a man, so it's not just our opinion. It takes her a long time to open up to another man after being with Kody. Meri Brown's difficulties dating again are evident to the audience. Janelle doesn't seem to want to put any effort into finding a boyfriend, though. She is not interested in ruining her life. What did she say, though? To find out, continue reading. Sister Wives actress Janelle Brown is now concentrating on accomplishing new and more significant objectives, if not love life. Among them, one is constructing her own house. Fans are aware that she is building her own home in North Carolina from the ground up. She shocked admirers earlier this month by showing out the frame of her home. When asked repeatedly a few days ago how far apart she and her daughter would live in the future, the mother-daughter pair said it wouldn't be that distant. Janelle also posted a video that showed a big empty lot in a house that was still under construction. Through the trees, they also saw another house. When the new update was announced, fans were ecstatic. Fans of Sister Wives are supporting Janelle Brown as she at last pursues her goals. But they are just as worried about her romantic life. She doesn't seem to have the time for a romantic connection. In a video that TLC shared, she declares that she does not want a guy in her life. She claimed that she is now at a point in her life when she can devote all of her focus to achieving her goals. Janelle cried, "I don't have to worry about meeting Kody's needs or the needs of the family." She went on to say that all of her kids are grown up mostly by themselves. Janelle went on to say that she would not use a dating app to find a man who would ruin her life if it is currently this way. She said, "So why would I go out on some dumb app and find some guy that's going to mess that up?" Not only do we get her point, but so do her fans. "I feel the same way," the user commented. "I've been divorced for a long time. I'm content." "She should always be true to herself and live for herself," someone else said. The same admirer yelled, "Always be independent. I haven't had a partner for about 2 decades. A third person said, "I can do what I want, how I want, and with whom I want without any interference." Even her fans seem to want her to be happy and unmarried. Fans of Sister Wives watched Janelle Brown manage the complex complexities of a plural marriage while maintaining her independence for years. She was the Brown family's pillar of support, the wife who could infuse every disagreement with a dose of cool-headed pragmatism, and the one who favored calm reasoning over heated arguments. Viewers, however, have been waiting, almost expecting, for Janelle to take a daring new step into a new romantic chapter after her split from Kody Brown. However, Janelle has now stated unequivocally that she is not prepared, not even close. Finding another man feels more like a risk that she just does not want to take than an exciting new beginning, according to Janelle's recent interviews with fans and uncut video that has surfaced during Season 20 production. She has had too much emotional turmoil, too many broken promises, and too many significant concessions to return to the unpredictability of a new relationship. Life is finally quiet, steady, and tranquil for Janelle, and she doesn't want to mess it up for anyone. Fans are giddy about this unexpected claim, but upon closer inspection, it makes perfect sense. Resilience, sorrow, independence, and long-awaited liberation are all interwoven throughout Janelle's past. The last thing she wants is another romantic relationship that could upend her life once more now that she has some space to breathe. A woman who fought for her own space growing up, Janelle was not brought up in a numerous marriage culture, nor did she join the Brown family out of a desire for prestige or recognition. She was the wife who valued independence from the start. She maintained financial organization, worked full-time, and frequently prioritized her kids' daily tasks over the ostentatious family drama taking on around her. She was seen by many spectators as the adult present. Fans witnessed Janelle silently endure years of emotional separation from Kody throughout the course of Sister Wives' 18 seasons. He found it difficult to put her needs first. He frequently questioned her autonomy. On several occasions, he mistook her need for distance for indifference. However, Janelle stayed because leaving would have meant separating her kids from their siblings in their home, not because she was particularly fulfilled. For the sake of family harmony, she gave up stability. She carried those decisions with her for years. The turning point nobody foresaw. Fans were stunned when Christine left the Brown family, but she publicly expressed her sadness for a number of seasons. Conversely, Janelle suppressed her emotions until they were too much to bear. Deep rifts in her relationship with Kody were revealed during the COVID era. Their arguments about autonomy, safety regulations, and parenting came to a head. Janelle urged reason, while Kody demanded compliance. She desired justice, but he desired control. There was little left to save as the tension increased. When she eventually left, it was quiet, definitive, and clearly final, rather than explosive. Fans have already applauded her glow-up, which includes her better health, increased self-assurance, expanding company, strong relationship with her kids, and readiness to live life as she sees fit. So why, in this new era of empowerment, isn't she seeking love? Her response is straightforward. Serenity is precious, and she won't risk it ever again. Love after polygamy. An unwanted complication. Some viewers thought Janelle would follow Christine's lead and leave Kody, find self-love again, and start a new romantic relationship with someone who appreciated her. Christine found what she refers to as her soulmate and remarried. Supporters thought Janelle would long for the same happy ending. However, Janelle's definition of happiness is different and does not depend on a love relationship. She recently disclosed that it felt overwhelming to invite a man into her life, particularly after dealing with emotional imbalances, polygamous complications, and jealousy for decades. To make a marriage work, she spent years molding herself into emotional shapes. It is exhausting to consider rearranging her life for someone fresh once more. Janelle openly said that she does not want the presence of another man to mess up her tranquility. She doesn't want to stress over what other people might think. She does not want her time, money, or emotional energy to be dictated by another relationship. She desires that her life be hers, completely and unreservedly. A fresh start constructed from the ground up. Janelle has more independence now than she did when she was married to Kody Brown. She chooses where she resides. She is in charge of her own finances. She works as she pleases, travels whenever she pleases, and reestablishes a close bond with her kids, particularly following the devastating death of her son Garrison. Real relationships, not forced ones, are the foundation of her universe. She is reconstructing, which requires emotional resources. She doesn't want to expend that energy on a romantic endeavor that can cause more anxiety than happiness. This stage of life isn't about romance for Janelle. It has to do with stability. It has to do with inner serenity. It's about avoiding unpleasant habits. Everything was changed by the weight of grief. An important turning point in Janelle's emotional journey was the untimely death of her son Garrison. Many fans were moved to tears as they witnessed her grieving with such courage. A person's priorities, values, and understanding of what really important are all altered when they lose a kid. Janelle has been quite protective of her emotional space since Garrison's passing. She no longer wishes to bear burdens that are not her own. She no longer wishes to control the emotions, requests, or setbacks of others. A man who might not comprehend her pain, her resiliency, or her limits is not someone she wants to share her life with anymore. She is healing, and peace, not complexity, is necessary for healing. Her latest romance is with independence. Janelle is accepting a different conclusion to her marriage tale, in contrast to Christine or Meri, who aggressively pursued emotional closure through dating or spiritual rediscovery. Independence has captured her heart. With her own time, she has fallen in love. With the flexibility to concentrate on her children, her goals, and her health. Has the capacity to decide without consent or compromise. She is unwilling to put this new romance, the romance with herself, at risk. She replies calmly and firmly when people inquire whether she is dating again. She isn't ready and might never be. It's okay if love develops naturally. She isn't searching for it, though, and she isn't changing her life to fit a man. Happiness for Janelle is no longer dependent on a partner. It's connected to the subdued delight of waking up every day with the knowledge that she is at last free. Fans' reactions, relief, support, and respect. Her position has received great support from Sister Wives viewers. Her strength is admired by many fans, who describe her as the Brown family's most self-aware and grounded member. They saw her choice as empowerment rather than loneliness. For them, Janelle is demonstrating something that many women instinctively know. Peace is preferable to company. And a man is just not worthy of the place he occupies in your life if he disturbs that tranquility. Supporters think that if Janelle ever pursues romance again, it will only be on her terms, slowly, carefully, and without compromising the freedom she worked so hard to achieve. The future. A strongly written chapter in the future, Janelle appears to be building a life centered on family, personal development, and emotional stability. She is making an investment in her future independent of other people's expectations. She's learning how to support, defend, and be by herself. If a man ends up in her story, it will happen organically rather than as a result of social pressure to move on or Christine's decision to remarry. Janelle is not a woman who makes snap judgments. She is very self-aware, analytical, and thoughtful. and she trusts her gut more than ever now. Her intuition tells her that things are finally quiet. At last, it is bearable, peaceful at last. She is also unwilling to let another man to enter and ruin the tranquility she has worked so hard to achieve. The message of Janelle Brown to all women, her frank disclosure, has resonance well beyond the Sister Wives universe. Janelle's courage, quiet resolve, pain, and will to recover are qualities that many women identify with. Her message is strong. You can demonstrate that you've moved on without rushing into a new relationship. Just because being with someone looks comforting doesn't mean you have to put up with chaos. To feel whole, you don't have to center your life around a man. Sometimes choosing oneself is the most courageous thing a woman can do.